we are now going to derive the quadratic formula. We're going to show you where it comes from. So we're going to start with our most fundamental quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And we're going to complete the square on this. So our first step is to move the constant. We don't like the constant on the left side. And the second step is we want to divide by a to make sure that whatever we have just an x squared in front. And you want to remember this because this is going to be important later on in this chapter, what we're doing here. So now we know that big B is equal to this little b over a times 1/2. It's divided by 2, or b over 2a, which when we square, b squared then is b squared over 4a squared. So we're going to add b squared over 4a squared to both sides. Getting ahead of myself. Now on the left, we know this factors. So it factors as, because it's now a perfect square trinomial, that's why we completed the square, x plus b over 2a squared. On the right, we need to do a little bit of work. I'm going to put a 4a on top and a 4a on bottom, so my denominator is 4a squared. So minus 4ac over 4a squared plus b squared over 4a squared. And I'm going to make it positive, so I'm going to move the b squared to the front, and I'm going to subtract 4ac from it, all over 4a squared. Now, we take the square root of both sides. That gives me x plus b over 2a equals the square root plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over square root of 4a squared is 2a. We then subtract, let's show more of this. Subtract minus b over 2a from both sides, and again, since we know its sign, and because the 2a's match, we're going to get a single rational. Because we know the sign, we're going to put the minus b first, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. This right here is the quadratic formula, and you need to have it memorized because you're not going to be given it on any of the tests. But this is where it comes from. It comes from completing the square on the default non-numbered form of the quadratic equation.